and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, I know this says Pack Social 5k. That is in 1 hour's time. I just thought I'd get in some miles beforehand. So Clive Finnimore has jumped on as well. Hi Clive. So we're going to do one of my boring 10Ks before the Pack Social, and then we'll do the Pack Social. So we're going to do about 10 miles this evening. Feel free to hang around, feel free to chat, or go and have your dinner, get into your pyjamas, if it's evening where you are, and settle down. We're going to be here for about an hour and a half. As usual, watching Facebook chat, YouTube chat, and Twitch. So if you're on any of those platforms, hello. And if you want to come and join me, by all means you can. I'm on Richmond tonight. And I'm not sure where the Pack Social will be. Sometimes it's on Innsbruck. It may well be Innsbruck tonight. Sometimes we go to Bologna. So we'll do an hour here on Richmond, Virginia, and then we'll jump over and do 5k wherever the social 5k happens. We will definitely get 10k done tonight on Richmond. I started a little bit earlier than the stream. Angela is not able to get her pyjamas on just yet because she is still working. I assume, aren't you working from home though, Angela? Can't you just get your pyjamas on and work from home? Have you got any video calls to do? Any video meetings? I think Angela is in the US, so yes, it is early afternoon or mid-afternoon over in the US, so on the west coast, on the east coast, very early afternoon on the west coast. In fact, probably still late morning, isn't it? What time is it? Yeah, late morning in Los Angeles. So no one's getting their pyjamas on yet. In fact, some of them are probably still in their pyjamas from the morning. Right, so Clive's jumped on, he's just joined me, and he's right behind there, look. Anyone else who fancies a nice easy 10k, come and join me in Richmond. Just log on to Zwift and press Run with Stephen. Okay, Angela is in Oklahoma. So, yeah, middle of America, middle of the US, just above Texas. It's so good, isn't it, that we can have friends and acquaintances and running buddies all over the world these days. It's nice. Here I am on the south coast of the UK in a little town called Worthing. It's dark and cold here, and Angela is over in the USA in Oklahoma, still the middle of the afternoon or just the start of the afternoon over there, and she's joining us for as a little sneaky Zwift run watching while she's at work. John Hepplewhite is asking about heart rate zones. It's all based off your max heart rate. So, John, as long as you know what your max heart rate is, you set that in Zwift, and then Zwift automatically works out your heart rate zones on your behalf. There is no way to manually set your zones. It is all set by your max heart rate entry in the Zwift settings. So we've got Grim from Germany has joined us as well. So Clive Finnimore and Jay Grim. What's Jay Grim's first name? That's what I want to know. But hello, Grim. Nice to have you with us. So I think my max heart rate is set in Zwift at 185, John. So that's why my zones are set up the way they are. Quite high heart rate this evening, though. I mean, I probably do need to open the doors of the studio here and take my jumper off. That might help. But at the moment, yeah, my heart rate is actually quite high for what it should normally be around here. So I'll take some clothes off in a minute. That might cool me down. Yeah, just leave them open a bit for me, thank you. No. Just jog along nicely. Okay. Thank you for coming. So Victoria's just been in and opened the doors for me, so we'll get a bit of fresh air in, but now I do also need to be careful that I don't make too much noise and annoy the neighbours.
Ride on!
Ward, thanks for the ride on. Kim Salt says stripping on Film My Run. Well, it's not going to be exactly stripping. It is just going to be removing one layer. But, I'll do my best to make it arousing for you. But it's not happening yet. Just have to wait. Just hold your horses a minute. There's a ride on for Clive. Let me see if I can find... Oh, it won't go in any nearer. Oh, there you go. Just dropped a couple of ride-ons there to the people nearby. You can do that when you're running solo, but not when you're running in a workout. Hey, Daniel. Daniel says, what were your first running goals in your life? 5k marathon, a specific time to beat. Well, it depends how far back in my life you want to go. I remember 20 years ago, one of my goals was just to run where I used to live, a little way along the coast from here, in a town called Eastbourne. And occasionally I used to run along the seafront in Eastbourne, and my goal was simply to get to the far end of the seafront without getting tired. More recently, I suppose, I started running proper races 10 years ago, and my goal for 10k was under an hour, so I did that fairly quickly. I did a 10k race. My first ever race was a 10k race, and I did about 50 minutes or something, I can't remember. But yeah, my goal was to get under an hour. And then Daniel, I don't know if you're in the UK or not, but if you know about parkrun, then I started to do parkrun. So my goal for a long time was just to get better at my 5k time. Parkrun is a free event in the UK. Happens every Saturday morning, or it did until the pandemic started. So every Saturday morning, I would go to local parkrun and try and beat my 5k time. So for a long time, that was my goal. And then it developed, of course, so then the goal was to do a half marathon, then to do a marathon. And basically it's just gone on from there. Longer and faster. Run as far as I can and run as fast as I can. I've panicked Jonathan Cost because he thought he'd missed the Pack Social 5k. No, I'm on an hour early.
Right on!
I'm just going to try and bring my heart rate down a bit because I think it's a bit high. So I'm just going to be quiet, if you don't mind, for a few minutes. Hi, Stephen Smith.
Nice.
Cheers, Neil. Hey Jojo on YouTube. Jojo's running with us. Johannes Grimm from Germany. He's only 15 years old. Well, just stick with us, Johannes. Stick with us. We're doing 10k and we're doing it at 6 minutes per kilometre for the whole 10k. So it will take us 1 hour. So I hope you can stick with us. Or at least I'm doing 10k. I'm at 3.3 kilometres. I see that you are at 1.4. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's hard to believe, isn't it? You start running at these paces and you think, bloody hell, this is my marathon pace and I'm shattered already. I think it's adrenaline that gets you through a lot of the time. Tina, are you not joining the social 5k? Yes, tier 4 here, Stephen. Which is a bit annoying, seeing as we have a race at the end of February in Gran Canaria. And I'm also supposed to be working at a race in Cornwall at the end of January, so fingers crossed that tier 4 doesn't last as long as the whole of January.
Nice! Right on!
Oh, lots of people in that ZLDR session, weren't there? Over 100 I saw signed up for that. Those power numbers that you're seeing at the bottom right of the screen, they should be about equivalent to what I do outside, because it's coming from the Stride app, and on the Stride app I have changed the elevation to 1% incline. So that 1% incline has added a few watts of power, and this is now an equivalent kind of power reading to what I would get outside. But I am also recording power on Zwift from the Stride app, and that will be slightly lower. Okay, there's 4 kilometers done, and heart rate is still 123. Might have been too many chocolates and biscuits consumed today. Heart rate is still a little higher than it usually is for this run. So I'm going to take my jumper off now, my sweater. This is just for Kim Salt. Good luck, Stephen, for your 10k race on the 31st of Jan. Hope it does go ahead for you. Yeah, so 90 people apparently turned up for the ZLDR speed session that has just happened. Always a slight risk taking your sweater off whilst running on the treadmill. You have to be very careful. It's like taking your sweater off when you're driving. Really not to be recommended at all. Anyway, there we are. So, let's see if heart rate comes down now. If it doesn't, we might have to put the fan on. Now get a hold of yourself, Kim. Get a hold of yourself. Calm down.
Right on.
MG, thanks. So, approaching the industrial heartland of Richmond, Virginia. It's not exactly the beautiful views of the South Downs or Innsbruck Mountains or Watopia. There's not a lot of love for Richmond, although it did have a refresh a few months ago. There was a lot of work done on it to make it a bit more interesting. Lots of ride-ons dropping. Thank you very much, everybody.
Right on. Nice.
Harrison, thanks for the ride on. Don't forget, Friday, UK time 8:05 on Friday, and we will have the video 5k back again after its Christmas break. So sign up to the Film My Run video 5k Friday 8:05. UK time. Get your phone or your iPad or your laptop pointing at your treadmill and log in to the Zoom meeting. Oh, Tina. Tina's come and joined us for a little bit. Thank you, Tina. Nice to have you with us. A little crowd is gathering. Tina deserves a ride on. So, just under a minute to go for halfway on this little 10k run, and then we're going to join the Pack Social 5k at 7:45 UK time. Hopefully we'll have enough time to log off and log back in again. Or actually no, I think we can just wait, can't we? Because it should just pop up and say join. So actually, yeah, we don't need to log off and log back in again. Okay, we're about 2 seconds behind. So a 5k done in 30 minutes and 2 seconds. Leo, hello buddy. TV guy, we are in Richmond, Virginia today just for a 10k, and then we're going to join the Pack Social 5k, which is probably in Innsbruck today. But this is Richmond, Virginia we're running in tonight. Yes, it should do, Angela. So what would happen is when I finish this run, should be just well in time for the Pack Social 5k. I suppose for safety, what you could do is save this run, exit, and then log back in again. But really what should happen, and what will happen, it'll be fine, is I finish this run and there'll be a button on the left which will say join now, join the Pack Social 5k now. So I click that button and that should start a new activity. So it'll save the old one and start a new one for the Pack Social. You did a lot of running yesterday, Leo. A lot of running. Hello, Xander.
Nice.
So we're going to be back on the hard efforts tomorrow. Wednesday is Wednesday workout time. So tomorrow evening, I'm not sure what's happening. Let me have a look, actually. But we're going to do Group A Wednesday workout, whatever that is, tomorrow. Okay, it's 600 meter intervals. So 15 kilometers an hour for 600 meters times 5. So 5 lots of 600 meters at 15 kilometers an hour. So that will be our first semi-tough effort back after some other stuff that's been happening. recovery week over, this is back to full training now, full training for the next race, which hopefully will happen at the end of February. Yes, Leo, we're doing regular family runs to get the children trained up, because the children are doing a 17-kilometre trail race in Gran Canaria in February, if we manage to get there. So we're trying to get them trained up so they don't crash and burn on that race. So yeah, we're having lots of fun running through mud and climbing hills every Sunday or Saturday sometimes. Yeah, we'll probably do Fartlek Fridays, Andy, yes. So what you'll notice as different in this training block for the next 2 months will be a lot more elevation outside. So the plan is to continue with what we're doing here with the Film My Run 500 climbs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but also because the run that I'm doing, the race that I've got in February, is 6,000 metres of elevation gain. I'm going to be ramping up the elevation outside as well. Yes, Leo, just depends whether they're all on, doesn't it? We're not allowed, obviously in Tier 4, we're not allowed to go anywhere, so I can't do any races until Tier 4 is lifted here. Kai Finnemore says, what have you been receiving from? Explain that, Clive, I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean recovering from, and I'm not going to answer you. How rude of you to even think that I might fall for that. Another very poor attempt from the crew here. Yeah, Xander, it's mostly about downhill work as well. So I can do elevation work on Zwift going up. So I can do the Film My Run 500s. So 500 metres climb on a Tuesday, 500 metres climb on a Thursday. But then I'm also going to do about 1,000 metres of climbing outside as well. And in that 1,000 metres outside, what we want to do is get a lot of downhill hard efforts in to make the quads nice and strong for the downhills, because that's really important on these events. The number of times I've not trained hard enough for the downhills, and I end up walking backwards towards the end of races because my quads are completely shattered. So I can't walk downhill. I literally can't walk downhill. I have to walk backwards downhill. It was sneaky, Angela. You're totally correct. It was sneaky, but not clever enough. Not clever enough to catch me out. Right, so you can already see the bottom left-hand corner. 28 minutes, 30 seconds, join event. So that's what we're doing in half an hour's time. When we've finished this run, we'll go over and join that event, and hopefully the two runs will save as separate runs. Leo, indoors, New Balance 1080s, outdoors, Nike Vaporfly Next Percent. I don't think I've paid any money yet. I think I do owe some money though. So we've got a nice little crew. Myself, Clive Finnimore, Johannes Grimm and Tina Beard. And we're all doing 6 minutes per kilometre. Nice, easy jog into the Pack Social 5k, which actually the Pack Social 5k is about the same pace, maybe a little tiny bit quicker. Right, Leo is pushing it a bit. He's not going to get me. Monica says Santa is always watching. Yes, exactly. Exactly. If I slip up, Deering will be on that chap so fast I won't know what's hit me. Chris Nolan says he enjoyed the film My Run 500, but treated it as an easy run just to ease back in after Christmas Day and the Christmas Eve 5k race. Yes, no worries, that's perfectly allowed. Of course it was yesterday for Chris. I'm thinking Chris has got it wrong, it was today, but of course for Chris in Australia it was yesterday, but for me it was this morning. How funny. Okay, we're slightly getting the heart rate down a bit better now, so what we're doing is settling into the run. So sometimes it can take 1, 2, 3, 4 kilometres to settle down into a run. And so you can now see my heart rate is gradually coming down on average. John, you need to make sure you're looking at Richmond. You're probably on Watopia. You need to make sure you're on the Richmond, looking at Richmond, and then you'll see us. When you log in, and you're on the screen that says run, at the top, choose the correct world. We've only got 3 kilometres left though. But you're more than welcome to come and join us. Kim Sol says, do you think Mo ran that Christmas Eve run outside or on a treadmill? He sure was running fast. Almost certainly on a treadmill, Kim. He's got a Woodway treadmill at home. It's a very good treadmill. And yeah, I mean he does regularly run on Zwift. So he was definitely on the treadmill. Right, John Shaw has managed to find us after all. So we've got another one added to the group. So Clive, Johannes, Tina and John, all with me for the last 3 kilometres of this little run. Leo, I mean, they are supposed to help you. That's the idea. They're supposed to be faster shoes. The question is, you know, where do you stop? So the shoes that I'm wearing now, you know, 50 years ago, these would have been unthinkable. You know, the cushioning, the springiness of the shoe. You know, should we go back to wearing green Dunlop green Flash? Or should we all be running barefoot? Because that's truly your muscles and your tendons and your bones working without any assistance, isn't it? But then, should you run on a track? Because a track is quite springy, isn't it? And that helps you to go quicker. Maybe tracks should be outlawed and banned. It's, where do you stop when you say that enough is enough? So I'm quite happy to use whatever is legal. John Shaw, yeah, I just done like that. You remember them as well though, don't you, John? So there you go. Yeah, I mean, I've no problem with the Nike Vapor Flies helping runners be faster, because every other shoe helps you be faster. It's just that one seems to cause controversy because it's got a carbon plate in it. I think so, Leo, yes. It just would have been probably a little bit harder. And I did it on the treadmill as well. I'm not telling you what I did. I'm not talking about it. I am not talking about it, and you're starting to goad me into it, aren't you? I can see what's going on. I can see what's going on. Anyway, yes, I did it on the treadmill with my New Balance ones, so I reckon the treadmill's harder anyway. Tina Beard is still wearing Dunlop Green Flash. Nice. Okay, I'm just going to be quiet again for a couple of minutes just to bring my heart rate down again.
Right on.
Definitely not Xander, no. I am only a mid-pack runner when it comes to runs like that. Hello, Darren. No worries, Tina. Take care. See you soon. So thanks to Tina for joining us for that little bit. We've got 2 and a bit kilometres left to do. Yeah, then there were 3. There should be 4. Rim, Finnemore, Shaw. Where's everyone? Oh, there he is. Hello, John. Sorry. So Xander, no. I mean, you might think mistakenly that I am a fast runner. I am by no means a fast runner, honestly. I am a mid-pack runner. When it comes to big races like the Trans-Gran Canaria 128 kilometre race, I will be doing that race in about 20 hours. 20 hours, 22 hours maybe, something like that. The winning runners, the fastest runners, will be doing that race in 12 hours. 10 hours quicker than me. That's the difference. And I will be mid-pack, maybe slightly higher than mid-pack, but there will be other runners finishing hours behind me as well. So there's a big gap, you know, and there are ultra runners who are, well, you know, monumentally quick. And you've got to remember, I'm not a young spring chicken anymore, so... And also, furthermore, running in the heat. I'm not very good at running in the heat. I get very tired running in hot weather. Yeah, Ben Parks is doing Gran Canaria as well. Yeah, he was also at the Goodwood Marathon the other week as well, but he was only doing the 5k race. So we do bump into each other on a few different runs. Do you know what, Leo? I think probably the same as you. You know, I love getting my children out in nature, getting them walking in the hills, and when we're on holiday in the mountains. Yes, it was. They measured it wrong. Or no, they didn't measure it wrong, but the bike took the wrong turn. So his 5k was about 4.8k or something ridiculously short, 4.7k. Yes, Rob, unfortunately age does make a bit of a difference. Darren says we've got 11 people registered for our Saturday run. So if you want to run a nice tempo-paced 1 hour on Saturday with me and Darren, come and join us. 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. European time on Saturday for a 1 hour, relatively fast but not break your neck speed 1 hour run. I was falling for it, Leo, definitely was. Angela says, I am very back of the pack and not ashamed of it. At least I'm up and moving. Absolutely, Angela. Well, you know, it doesn't really matter where you are, especially in runs like that. Runs like Trans Gran Canaria are the big mountain races, UTMB, things like that. The goal for people like us, you know, i.e. not elite runners, the goal for people like us is literally finishing, because they're so hard. They demand so much of your energy and so much of your time that the goal is to complete, is to finish, get across that finish line. I mean, sometimes the goal is literally to get to the start line. Oh yes, Xander, UTMB. Well, I think the cutoff is it 48 hours? So the cutoff for UTMB is about 48 hours. So you will have some people finishing in 48 hours. They will be over a day behind the winner. So the winners will do it in about 20 hours. So well over a day, 28 hours behind the winner. So you can see, if you look on the left-hand side, how my heart rate has come down over the course of the run, not gone up. So you might expect that you start low heart rate and your heart rate gradually rises as you get to the end of the run. But often what happens, you kind of settle into these runs when you're used to running long distances at a slow pace. You kind of start off and your heart rate might jump about a bit for the first few kilometres, but eventually it settles down into a rhythm and you're able to run for a long time at a steady pace. Kim Salt says her goal is to simply finish any run. Well, yes, there is that, of course. Leo says age is just a number. I feel a better runner now than I did when I was 25. Yeah, I totally agree actually. You know, I feel like I'm a better runner now than I was 10 years ago. And when he was 25, he was fit and in the army. And now he's 42 and he honestly feels fitter. Yeah, I can totally see that, Leo. Totally. So all that talk about my heart rate coming down, I've been talking an awful lot in that kilometre and it's gone up again. But so we'll stay silent, we'll stay a bit quiet for this kilometre and keep the heart rate nice and low. I might just have to nip into the house and use the facilities briefly before we start the pack social. Yes, Leo. When my kids were born, one of my overriding feelings was that I mustn't die. I know that seems a strange thing, but it was because I had my kids. I was more aware of wanting to not die. Yes, John, change into pack social, yes. I'm just going to go inside and use the toilet quickly, and then hopefully we'll be in time for pack social. Yeah, no problem, Clive.
for giving my dad a ride on.
Okay, 30 seconds to go. For me, anyway. Physique Games says, how long did it take me to get my heart rate down to 130, 140 while running 10 kilometers an hour? It all depends, actually. Sometimes it just depends how fit you are. At the moment, I've been training for 6 months, so I'm quite fit, but 2 years ago I might not have been as fit, and next year I might not be quite so fit as well. Right, there we go. So we're done. So that's the 10k over with. So we're going to just go and use the facilities, and then I will be back for the 5k Pack Social 5k run, which is happening in 7 minutes time. So by all means, go and make yourself a drink, talk amongst yourselves, enjoy yourselves, have a drink, have a piece of cake. There's still chicken, there's still turkey left over in the fridge if you want some in a sandwich right now, or there is Christmas cake left over, so go and have some Christmas cake. Come back in 5 minutes and we'll start Pack Social 5k. I hate this moment because this is when you think it's crashed, and it shouldn't crash. It should. There we go. Okay, so we're in France for the Pack Social 5k. There's quite a few people already there, so I will be back shortly. forgot I've got a chocolate biscuit sitting here. Okay, 90 seconds before we start. I'll keep the camera angles on. Hopefully we won't go off anywhere strange. Chocolate biscuit. Yeah. Chocolate biscuits, John. Right, let's make sure I'm going to move. I am. Okay, so this is the Pack Social 5k run in France. It is a 5k run at 10.2 kilometers now, so a little bit quicker than we just did our 10k in. And often they add on a little bit at the end, but I think I'm going to stick with the 5k. We'll just do the gentle 5k, and then I'm going to go and have a shower and get my pajamas on and settle down for a nice evening by the fire and some TV. So John Shaw has joined us. Clive is with us again. Tina Beard is not with us because she's already done her running today. So up to 10.2. And away we go. We've got Paul Hayward, we've got Kingsley Colville, we've got Grimm as well. Johannes Grimm is with us again. John Meza is with us. Hello, John. Navarro is with us. Gattuso, Shukro, Voss. Lots of recognisable names all joining us for the Pack Social 5k today. So this should take us about 28 minutes, 29 minutes. James Simpson has had a shave especially. Jonathan Cost is with us as well. Adrian Williams has a bit of a sore knee, so he's going a bit slower than usual. Lots of country flags represented. So that's nice to see. Canada, USA, Czech Republic, Germany, Spain, Norway, and the UK. All on the list there. Oh, Darren, off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can send you the playlist afterwards. But off the top of my head, I can't tell you what the song names are. Uh-oh. Somebody says they've forgotten their fan. That's their joke. Chris Nolan is starting to hunt for a Flags of Countries cheat sheet for me. Excellent stuff. I need one. I definitely need a cheat sheet in front of me so I can recognise flags that I don't recognise, if that makes any sense. Francie from Australia. Lighty from the USA. How do you pronounce that? Lechty from the USA, just ahead of John Shaw. Harrington from the USA. Grimm from Germany. Führer from Germany. Faldas is definitely Norway. And Mochnik is definitely the Czech Republic. Wenninger is definitely Canada. I'm not bad on most of the flags, it's just some of them I get a bit confused. Darren, I'll try and send you the list if I remember. Dumbleton says this is called Red Leaves, or the previous track apparently is called Red Leaves Falling by Civic Cat. Okay. All the tunes I use are off Epidemic Sound, so I pay a monthly subscription to Epidemic Sound. I can have as many songs as I want, copyright free, so I don't get copyright infringement on my Facebook or my YouTube streams. The problem is, Jonathan, some of them don't come up on Shazam because they're non-copyrighted tunes. Well, I suppose they are copyrighted, I just have a license to use them. But yeah, some of them don't come up on Shazam. Just falling behind a little bit, so I just need to catch up with the back of the main pack. Oh, Diana Nicky likes faster tunes. You'd like my other playlist then, Diana? I don't know if anyone noticed I had a Christmas playlist on for the Christmas Eve Eric Min Mo Farah run. Nice big group. and I haven't often run this route. So this is a newish, I think I've run it in the opposite direction once or twice. Kim Salt says she liked my Christmas playlist. Right, I'm gradually catching up to the back of the pack now. Hello, Carol.
Nice.
So if you weren't watching earlier, don't forget, Friday, the video 5K is back on after the Christmas break. So Friday, UK time, 8:05 PM, we have the video 5K, the Film My Run video 5K back on. Get your phones, get your iPad, get your laptop pointed at your treadmill, log on to the Zoom meeting. It's all there in the Zwift companion app description, and join us live on Friday. On Thursday, we've got the Film My Run 500 metre climb, 9:35 AM UK time. We did that this morning. We're going to do it again on Thursday. And tomorrow, we're back on to Wednesday workouts. So we're back on with a hard workout tomorrow. Oops. Got a static shock from my microphone. So we're going to do 5 times 600 metres at 15 kilometres an hour tomorrow. Wednesday workout, 7:30 PM UK time. So join me for that. If you don't want to run it, you can just watch me suffer, because it's going to be my first hard effort for a couple of weeks. Just getting back into full training now. Getting ready to fly out to Gran Canaria in the Canary Islands at the end of February if we can, for the Trans Gran Canaria 128 kilometre 6,000 metre ascent ultra. So we need to get some training in, and that involves lots of miles, lots of hills and some speed work. So we'll get that speed work started tomorrow night in Wednesday workout. Yes, Carol, we're going to try and give it a bit of a push and make sure some people sign up to that. New Year's Day, if you're interested, we're doing a 1 mile run in your jeans. You have to wear your jeans, and we run 1 mile. Just a bit of fun, organised by Ryan Downey. Darren is doing a 30-minute tempo workout tomorrow morning, 9:30 AM UK time. He will probably be streaming that, is that right, Darren? Darren usually streams those. So log on to watch Darren doing his 30-minute tempo run tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning, UK time. 10:30 in the morning, European time. 5:30 AM if you're in New York. 3:30 or 2:30 AM if you're in Los Angeles. We'll let you off if you're in America. 2K done, 3K to go of the Pack Social 5K. And then on Saturday, Darren and me have our 1 hour tempo run. Saturday evening, UK time, 6 PM. If you want to come and join us for a 1 hour run at not breakneck speed, but not slow, 1 hour, Kind of like Jordan Maddox's Dusk Patrol. A fairly hard effort for 1 hour. I'm still getting static shocks from my microphone. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. Over halfway now, 2.3k to go. Looks like I'm going to have to share my chocolate biscuit out with everybody. Oh no, Jonathan's having Bluetooth dropouts. I never have Bluetooth dropouts on my heart rate. Apart from when I have a complete Bluetooth crash and everything goes, like treadmill, heart rate and everything. But I very rarely have Bluetooth dropouts on my heart rate. Much more likely to have them on Ant Plus. Okay, Darren has said that if you would like to join our 1 hour run on Saturday, we're having two groups. So there will be a speedy, tempo-paced 1 hour run, but there'll also be a slightly more sedate 1 hour run, 5:30 pace, kilometres that is, 5 minutes 30 per kilometre. The faster group will be going at about 4 minutes 30 per kilometre and speeding up a little bit every 15 minutes. So if 4:30 is a bit quick for you, you can join the other one and you can still be with us on Saturday for the 1 hour run with me and Darren. 3k done, 2 to go. Pack Social 5k for a Tuesday evening here in the UK. Yes, that's the other thing Chris Nolan has reminded me. So, the next big event on Zwift is the Tour de Zwift, which starts in January. Actually, there are a lot of events coming up. So the Tour de Zwift starts in January, and that is running and riding all over Zwift, not only in Watopia, but in Richmond, New York, London, Harrogate, France. So you'll be doing a run in each world. But then also, starting in January, on the 1st of January, comedian Eddie Izzard, most of you in the UK will know who Eddie Izzard is. You may not be so aware of him in the USA or the rest of Europe, but he's a comedian who also does these crazy runs from time to time. So he's known for running multiple marathons in one go, and he has decided to do 31 marathons every day in January, all of them on Zwift. So he'll be running on Zwift, doing a marathon every day, and you are invited to join him for a little bit of each one, or a little bit of one, or all of one, or every single one if you like. So we will be running with Eddie Izzard for some runs in January. So I'll probably do 2 or 3 marathons on the treadmill in January, just running with Eddie Izzard. But also before the end of the year, we also have a ZRS event. Let me just get the name of it, I've forgotten what it is. Okay, it's the ZRS Resolution Run. They are, is it 8 kilometres? Yeah, 8 kilometre runs, starting tomorrow. So the ZRS stands for Zwift Race Series. So the resolution runs start tomorrow. And they are races, so you can race them as hard as you like. So we'll probably do 1 or 2 of them as well towards the end of this week. Oh, I've missed what the brilliant news is. I wasn't looking at the screen. So less than a mile to go now of the Pack Social 5K. Nice group, nice pack all together. Yeah, I didn't hear that interview, but I don't know why he didn't mention it, but they are, as far as I'm aware, they are all on Zwift. And he has been running on Zwift, because I noticed he ran yesterday on Zwift. But maybe he's trying not to advertise, and maybe he's trying to big up the charity work rather than the Zwift game. It is brilliant, and the thing is though, just by running on Zwift, Eddie will bring a huge amount of kudos to the programme, and lots of people, hopefully lots of people will join after seeing Eddie run on Zwift, because he does have a wide reach to an audience that may not immediately know about Zwift. But there'll be a lot of runners who will watch him doing his marathons every day, or who will be taking an interest in what he's doing, and there will be a lot of people who don't know about Zwift, who may be drawn in to the platform, so that'll be great. Right, I'm gonna have a bite of my biscuit.
Right on. Right on.
Thanks, Jenna. Sorry, I got a mouthful of chocolate biscuit.
Giving my dad a ride on.
Okay, 400 metres to go. I'm not sure they were talking to me then. Anyway, there we are. So 300 metres left of Pack Social 5k. So that'll be around about 19 or 20k for the day today. Now, I'm not doing 31 marathons in January. Eddie Izzard is doing 31 marathons in January. Thanks for leading, guys. Yeah, good job. And we are nearly done with the Pack Social 5k for another Tuesday. Oh, somebody stopped. A bit of a drop out there. So well done to everybody running today. Good job. And we're all done. And we'll be back here again tomorrow for Wednesday workout. Right, some people go off and carry on and do a few more kilometres. I'm going to finish here. I've done my work for the day. Like I say, I reckon that's about 19 to 20 kilometres for the day. So that'll do. And we'll come back tomorrow. I'll have a rest in the morning, and then we'll do a hard 10k effort tomorrow evening at the Wednesday workout. So that's it from me. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Well done, Clive. Thanks for joining me, Clive and John Shaw and Johannes, for the run before this. And take care, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.